Okay, I am in Lightburn. I actually am in a pre-release, so hopefully it works good. I was having a little trouble with some glitches in the latest release, so let's see how this does. Okay, so what I've got going here is I've pulled out the file, the Willow file. This is all of them. This is the samples, the 3 samples, and then all the trees and the fonts, which I see a mistake on the fonts where it says Aerolicious. That is not Aerolicious. Right here, this where it says that is Aerolicious. Okay, so you're probably going to see that in the file and you're going to wonder, what in the heck is this font? That is Aerolicious. I do not own the fonts, therefore I cannot install the fonts in the package. I don't have the license to do that. And so once I make the files and they become an SVG, they are now vectored. So you can't go in and just change the fonts. You have to delete the text and retype it. And that's just the way it works once your file is vectored. So that's why I included all the font names. A lot of these are free fonts. Some of them I got off of Creative Fabrica. If you don't have a Creative Fabrica account, you can find it in my description box down there. And it has a link to it's an affiliate link. So I might make 2 cents. I don't know. I don't know that anybody's ever clicked my affiliate link. So if you want to do that, that'd be great too. And then you can say you got your 2 cents in. Okay. Or I can say I got your 2 cents in. Whichever. All right, so let's just get that plumb out of my way. Let's go ahead and probably the easiest way to do this is to edit the text. All right, so to edit the text, let's just grab one of these. Why not this one? Let's just grab Bill and K up here, this one right here, and we'll make it big, and we're going to edit the text, which is quite easily. All right, so I like the black. See? All right, so over here, let's go over here because I want this to be a fill layer. So we're going to go over here and we're going to see the 0, 0, the black line. We're going to click on that little arrow right there and we're going to go to fill. Okay, so now everything is a fill layer. This makes it engravable. The red is a cut layer. It's a line, so that would be a cut. But we're not going to cut anything. I just use it for guides. So it could be this one, which would be a frame, the little blue T2 or the orange T1. It can be a frame. So either way. But for whatever reason, I like it red. So we're leaving it red. Okay, so let's get back up here. Bill and K. Now you can see how they are vectored. So if I go over here and I just go delete, I'm just going to delete it all. And we're going to change their name to, I don't know, let's change it to Jim and Shelly. J-I-M and Shelly. Not Shelty, Shelly. Obviously, I'm having a little trouble with my typing today. Now look how humongous that is. We drag it over, and now we can shrink it down. Stick it back up here. I'm going to make it black. And now I want it to be, that font that it was wanted signature. And I'm going to do it again. There it is, the font, and then I'm going to go enter. So there's Jim and Shelly. And I might give it a little bit of a, yeah, I think so. Kind of like that. Now, but they were not married in 2025. What if they were married in, I'm going to delete this whole thing because I could leave this, but making the size look right, there's a good probability that it's just not going to look right. So let's just delete the whole thing. I just selected it all. And to select in Lightburn, you're going to left click and you're just going to drag. You're just going to drag over and it's going to select all of it. and then you're going to hit your delete button. And then we're going to go back over to the little A for text. And I like to kind of write over there, right onto one side or the other. And I'm going to go EST, whoops, dot, and we'll say 2026 since it's a brand new year. And that was in a Garmin LT tilting, yes. And it's coming up. And we'll just kind of put it back over here. Way too big. Let's just shrink her down to the size we want. Probably smaller than that. I think like that. Maybe a little smaller. I kind of like it small. Let's just go with that. So to make sure that centers up, what you can do is you can left click, drag down, drag all the way over your little letters here. Now it's got both of those selected, and then you can go up here at this top menu bar right underneath the words. On the top you see all these little icons. Right next to this little scope is these two little boxes stacked on top of each other. We're going to click on those, and we're going to go to Align V Center. Okay, so that's centered. And what I want to do is I'm going to make that a group now. That is now a group. I'm just going to kind of get it out of the way. I'm going to keep, I think I'm going to keep this the same. I got some grass growing over here. Let's get rid of that. I'm going to keep this just the way it is. I'm not going to change it. If you don't like this, you want a different saying on here, you can just grab it and you can delete it and you can type whatever you want, however you want. I'm going to make that a group. Let's go ahead and get rid of, let's get rid of this. Now, you remember I said this is a vector, and this is what happens when you have a vector. Oh, it's grouped. Well, it's not grouped. I'm just not. This happens in a vector. You have to find the exact right place where to click on something. And make sure, okay, I did good this time. Sometimes it's a little bit challenging to get these things where you can click it in the right place. And I don't like that there, so let's move that over here. Okay, let's go ahead and do, what was her name? I don't even remember what names. Greg? James. Jim. Something. Okay, Jane. Yeah, Jim and Shelley. All right, so we'll do a J and an S. What's her last name going to be? I don't know. All right, so I'm just going to kind of go over here out the way a little bit, and I'm going to go J. Let's, that's really big, isn't it? It's fine. Now, I don't have carved wood on my new computer, so I do have carved pine wood. It's not near as nice, though. The carved wood is nice, and that is a free font. Not cared. Carved pine wood. There it is. Let's just stick that up there. However we want. And you can use whatever fonts you want, or you could even put their last name on here if you wanted to. But for the sake of the file, I'm going to do it like the file. All right, J. Okay. What's a good last name? Let's go K. K's a good last name. All right, JK and Shelly K. And then we'll just kind of stick those on there. Okay. I mean, you can use a more readable font if you want. I just kind of like the realisticness of if someone actually went and carved initials on a tree. And if you feel like, I mean, I have one in a lowercase and one in an uppercase, so they don't even look identical. And I think that just makes it look more realistic. Now, when I made this tree, I put all these little dots and whatnot on here because I wanted it to look like grass, but I hate it today. So I'm going to kind of delete a bunch of these. I guess you're okay with that, right? Okay, so there we go. Oh, now I don't like that. Okay, so we're good. Kinda. Oh, now I can't stop. Stop me. Okay, that's good. Right there. Okay, so we've got the initials, we've got this, we've got this. There you go. You have everything changed that you need changed for this. And we're going to call this a video as far as changing the text. Y'all be blessed. If you have any problems, be sure and get a hold of me. You can just go, of course, if you have this file, you purchased it from my Etsy shop, Pray Love Craft, and you can go into Etsy and find your file, and you can contact me if you have any issues at all. I'm always happy to help. Y'all be blessed, and I'll see you next time.